Lotus Field Control. Now, what is Lotus Field Control and where did I get the idea for this deck? So I've been watching a lot of modern gameplay, and I've been watching Hallowed MTG and the Sparring Spike, and a deck that I really loved and modern that is their Lotus Field deck. So how does Lotus Field work and what is Lotus Field? So Lotus Field is a land that says when it enters the battlefield, you have to sacrifice 2 lands, but the upside is that it taps for 3 mana of any one color. So what the deck tries to do is to abuse this effect of Lotus Field without actually having to pay the cost, which means I don't want to pay the cost of sacrificing 2 lands. And the deck tries to get over that using 3 ways. At least that's the deck I built. Some people wouldn't play Discontinuity, which is one of the ways, but I like it. So it tries to play Tail's End. And thing is, Tail's End is a very good card because it's good on its own without Lotus Field, and it's good with Lotus Field. So what do I mean by it's good on its own? On face value, it's a 2 mana counter spell. It counters target activate ability, triggered ability, or a legendary spell. So you could counter Nissa, you could counter Uro, and funny enough, you could even counter the sacrifice. The ability that forces Uro to sacrifice itself, and like you get to keep your Uro. But beyond that, what I want to talk about is that Tail's End does its job alone without Lotus Field. So it's a combo piece that doesn't really require Lotus Field to be in our hand to be effective. But how does it interact with Lotus Field? So Lotus Field is on, you play Lotus Field, and then the activate ability of sacrificing 2 lands goes on the stack, and then you play Tail's End, targeting that ability, you counter it basically. So Lotus Field is on the field, you didn't pay any lands for it, so now, okay, let's say this turn 2 you play it, and then you activate it, so now you have a Lotus Field on the field. I wish I named it something besides Lotus Field, because saying field is a bit annoying. So now you have access to 5 mana the next turn. Now how do you abuse that? We're going to get into it a bit later. But another thing I wanted to mention is that Tail's End interacts very well with Fabled Passage, which we're not playing. But if there's a Fabled Passage on your opponent's sides and then he goes to crack it, you could also Tail's End that, so prevent him from cracking your fetch. And I mentioned the interaction with Uro and Tail's End, but I mentioned the interaction of Uro with another card we're running. Blood Sun is a very good effect as well. So Blood Sun says that all lands lose all abilities except mana abilities, so this once again shuts down Fabled Passage, which is very fun. But it takes away the ability of Lotus Field that forces us to sacrifice 2 lands, so once again you're getting the benefits of Lotus Field without having to pay the cost for it. And then we have Discontinuity. So Discontinuity kind of acts like a Tail's End, as in it's 2 mana just to end the turn and then like have the Lotus Field effect fizzle. And another thing that you can do with Discontinuity is that, okay, you put the first trigger of Uro that draws you a card, you draw a card, you put a land, and then there's the effect of sacrificing Uro. You Discontinuity end the turn, so now we have a turn 5 Uro that's still good. I mean, usually Uro takes way longer to be played, so now we have a turn 5 Uro by doing this Discontinuity Uro combo. And I'll tell you why I picked Discontinuity over maybe more Blood Suns or something else. So Growth Spiral is a good card because it helps you ramp, and sometimes you could play, okay, so you play turn 1 Force, let's say, turn 2 Hallowed Fountain. Growth Spiral, you have a Lotus Field in your hand, you play it, and now you sacrifice the 2 lands, you get to untap with an active Lotus Field, meaning like you kind of didn't lose that much tempo, you have 3 mana on turn 3, that's always something that you would want, and then you can play a land from your hand. Uro does the same thing as Growth Spiral, but at sorcery speed, so you play him on your turn, you draw, you play a Lotus Field, you sacrifice 2 lands. Anger of the Gods is a good card because it's easy to cast off of Lotus Field. Now, you're gonna ask me, okay, you're just Jeskai Chromium, why aren't you playing Deafening Clarion? Deafening Clarion is way harder to cast with Lotus Field because it's red-white and then a colorless. Anger of the Gods is 2 red and then 1 colorless, so it's very easy to cast off of a Lotus Field. Wrath of God is kind of the same reasoning, so I get to play, although Wrath of God is already the best board wipe at 4 mana anyways, but you get to play Lotus Field maybe on turn 2 and then turn 3, and then you untap, play a land, and then you Wrath of God, so exactly that mana. Now, how are we abusing the mana that we have? We have one main way to win the game, which is Narset and Commit to Memory. And why am I playing Teferi? Teferi is an amazing planeswalker, we all know that, but his +1 says draw a card and then at the end step untap 2 lands. Now the main way that the modern deck benefits from Lotus Field is having access to Cryptic Command, you guessed it. But since here we don't have, Cryptic Command, although I wish we had it, we can benefit from another spell called Commit to Memory. So Commit to Memory is exactly 4 mana, which benefits us because Lotus Field is 3 mana, and then we untap another card, another land, which gives us an additional mana, which is exactly 4 mana. So we win the game off of that, so we have Commit to Memory. And then, like, you know the Narset Commit to Memory combo. So Narset says that opponents can't draw more than 1 card per turn. If you memory on your turn, because you have access to so much mana using Lotus Field, your opponent's not gonna draw cards, but he's gonna only draw 1 card, but you're gonna have a fresh hand of 7. And that usually means game over, you won the game. Beyond that, we have Shark Typhoon, and the cool thing about Discontinuity is that when you have access to a lot of lands, I mean when like a lot of mana, it can just simply be used as an extra turn spell. So your opponent goes to his turn, Discontinuity, you take an extra turn. And another cool thing is that it also can stop a Fabled Passage. So let's say your opponent goes end step, crack my Fabled Passage, Discontinuity, end the turn, your Fabled Passage is gone. So that's something effective as well. Seagate Restoration is yet another way for us to abuse the mana ramp from Lotus Field. I mean, drawing a lot of cards is something that I enjoy doing. You should know that I enjoy doing that. Now, to go to our sideboard, Aether Gust, obviously, you know, we need to deal with Sultai Midrange, we need to deal with Goblins, so this is a perfect card. Stroke is a good way to deal with any annoying permanents. Now, why am I playing Abrade? Abrade is to deal with Grafdigger's Cage, because you would want to like get back your Uros, and you need to cast Commit to Memory to win the game most of the time. So there's that. By the way, you could win with Shark Typhoon. It is a possibility to win with Shark Typhoon, but I mean, a shark is fun. Don't get me wrong, but I'd rather just win with Commit to Memory and Narset. That's more evil. Dovin's Veto is an uncounter but counter spell. Don't think I need to explain why you would want that. Mystical Dispute is here to win counter wars, where we have exactly, for example, let's say 5 mana. So you get to play maybe Narset, or like you get to escape Uro and then Mystical Dispute as backup. Definitely Clarion, because we would want to have access to more board wipes at 3 mana, and then giving lifelink to one of your sharks, giving lifelinks to Uro is always good. You're trying to block these sacrifice decks, and Shark Typhoon just as an additional way to win the game against control decks. Now, again, this deck is mostly inspired from Harry MTG and Aspiring Spike, so I wanted to thank them for their video, and I wanted to thank them for their amazing quality content. They truly, truly inspire me to make great Magic content for all of you, and that's what I'm trying to do. And to help me through that, I really need you to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment so you boost me with the YouTube algorithm. I really need the help. This is day 6 of the grind, if I'm not wrong, and where there's way more grinding to go. Actually, I think it's day 5. So, thank you for that. If you want to help the channel beyond what I just mentioned, you can check out my Patreon link in the description down below. And yes, with that, I'll see you in the games. Going into our first game of Lotus Field Control. And speaking of Lotus Field, we have a turn 3 Lotus Field actually. Quite excited. I think we lead with the Ketria Triome, and then go with the Glacial Fortress, Spiral, Lotus Field. That is the plan. Alright, hyper aggro time. Why do people play aggro? Guys, why do people play aggro? I mean, why would you play aggro and then you get to play Lotus Field Control? Alright, seems like opponent doesn't have any other land if he played this Shatter called Smashing. Is it time for double Wizard's Lightning? Okay, shock into Wizard's Lightning, right? Light up the stage. I want to know what's up with that. Anger of the Gods can wait for now. We're just gonna play Lotus Field and then sack these 2. I might just play land pass, have Commit to Memory up. Although like Commit to Memory just time walks them 1 turn, and then Uro gaining me life virtually accomplishes the same thing. Yeah, I think we're gonna play this Temple Garden, because I want the option to cycle Triome in case we draw into another land next turn. Still doesn't make sense to me why he did this, but I mean, sure, opponent, do your thing. Lightning strike me. Sure. I think the plan is to just play this and pass. Yep. So funny thing, by the way, Growth Spiral and Lotus Field just puts 3 cards for Uro in the graveyard right off the bat. Like, you didn't do anything yet, just 3 cards in the graveyard for Uro. Alright, my turn, just gonna Commit to Memory this, I guess. A barrage of burnt spells goes to my face, I guess. No barrage of burnt spells. I'm gonna play Narset. And then we're gonna minus Narset. Commit to Memory is fine. Commit to Memory is definitely a fine pickup. Opponent's not playing anything. I'm really wondering if opponent's maybe a... Is it deck? Yeah, we're gonna Tails End that. I'm wondering if opponent's like an Is it deck that just does not draw a blue source. But I mean, yeah, Memory works. Commit to Memory. OP! Alright, sorry for being evil. Yeah, we're definitely gonna bring in Abrade, definitely Clarion, Aether Gusts. Alright, I know that Tails End is a combo piece, but I don't think we have that much time, honestly, against Mono Red. Same goes for Discontinuity. And I think I can cut on one Blood Sun, and then I guess that's it, I pass. So we're just gonna function as a regular control deck in this stage. And what I was saying about control, I mean, what I was saying about aggro, like, aggro is your way of playing the game the least amount of time. I mean, you're playing Magic because you love it. Why play a deck that forces you to play the least amount of Magic? Yeah, that's just me. I don't think I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna mulligan that. And I mean, that hand's also horrible, but I mean, do I want to go even lower? Think not. Yeah, I think we're just gonna bottom a Narset and keep this hand and then risk it. Turn 1 Soulscar Mage once again. Alright, that's a good pickup. We just need one more land, Wrath of Gods online, although it seems like he's more of a burn deck. Actually, it just seems like he didn't draw any of his creatures last time. Yeah, just play Breeding Pool tapped and pass. I'm gonna try to bait him into attacking Narset next turn. Alright, let's see if the... Narset bait usually works most of the time, so let's see if it works this time. And we're gonna search for Commit to Memory, just so he is even more forced to attack Narset. So let's see if the Narset bait works. Alright. And then... Alright, and then attack me for 7. I mean, the Narset bait works most of the time, it doesn't work this time. Now the question is... Let me try to Narset first to decide what do I do. Yeah, I think we need to get this Core Spiral, and we're gonna hope that he doesn't have something in his hand, and that our... And the plan is to like literally just wish that he doesn't have a burn spell in hand, and then to just cycle Shark Typhoon, block this Bone Crusher Giant, which is a very I mean, weird way to go about it, but I mean, I don't have that many choices right now, do I? Let's just play Shark Typhoon, cycle I mean Shark Typhoon, and maybe our dreams worked. That was a very weird way, but it happened. I don't know how, but it happened. Skewer the critics. I mean, so many combinations of so many cards kill me right now. Yeah, we're just gonna Wrath of God. And pass. I mean, I think land kills me. Karn the Great Creator. I have to be honest, I did not expect Karn the Great Creator. Now this actually is online, right? No. Actually it is. Yeah, this actually is online right now. I might just have to play Teferi minus Karn, but then I'm still that if he top decks a land. I could Teferi plus... Actually, I think we're just gonna Uro. Play this land, and now Mobilize District activating doesn't kill us. And then if he goes Hedron Archive, try to ramp into something, we always have the option of Commit to Memory, whatever he ramps into, and then we just memory the turn after, so like we should be fine. Draw Out Script is fine. I mean, this is probably instant wave speed for him to stop the combo, but I'm kind of fine with it. Shatter goes smashing. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna Spiral. Try to hit into... I mean, don't want the land, but sure. Counting my graveyard. Aether Gust is good. Now we can just play Teferi. Alright, sure. We're gonna plus Teferi. Anger of the Gods, not something I need currently. Will I lift or regret this decision? We're gonna find out next turn. Although I wonder why he commits a memory now. I think I would just waited one more turn. Actually, I think we die, right? He can Hedron Archive, make it a creature. I can minus, commit a memory that Hedron Archive. Does that deal damage to my face? This deal damage to a creature or planeswalker? Sure, you can do it to Narset. I mean, I don't care. Surviving is more important than Narset at this stage. I can't believe I said that, but I mean, surviving is more important than Narset. Sure. I really don't know why opponent's not giving Narset that much respect. And that might be just the thing that kills him. That might just be the thing that kills him, guys. I mean, you already know about the commit to memory in hand, so like, why are you not respecting this Narset? What do you have in hand? I'm really curious what he has in hand. Okay. And then I mean, commit. Gonna plus the Teferi.
Let's skip to the good part.
Let's skip to the good part indeed. We're gonna Uro just to get our life total a bit higher. I mean, I guess his logic that he already does not have that many cards in hand, so like why should he even care about a commit to memory? So maybe that's like how he's going about his logic. I'm gonna memory this Karn because I don't want him activating it attack us with Skyclave Sovereign. And we're just gonna untap 2 lands, pass. I mean, not a lot of things kill us currently. Not that scared, not that worried. You could activate Mobilize District, accrue Sky Sovereign, attack, kill Teferi. Just gonna Aether Gust that. And now I think we just go a bit ahead of our opponent. I think that way we can just win. Right, if I plus.
We need to move quickly.
Yep. I mean, I didn't get to show you all of the Lotus Field combos, but I get to show you a bit of them. That's gonna be pretty much it for the game, guys. I'm sorry for not playing too many games. My internet speed is very slow. I had to downgrade my internet speed because of the current economic situation, and I can't afford a higher internet. If you do want me to grind out more games, see, the thing is, uploading this video alone, no matter how short it is taking around 3 hours to 4 hours. A 25-minute video is taking about that much to upload, so I can't take too long because editing also takes me about 3 hours. That's a 6 hour for a 25-minute video, so I can't even go longer than that. I'm really sorry. Now, I wanted to thank you for watching. It really means a lot to me that you're giving this channel some time of your day. It really, really means a lot, and I hope that I'm making you happy as much as your support is making me happy. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. That's all I ask from you if you want to be a true Chromium fan. Now, if you want to help the channel beyond that, you can always check out my Patreon link in the description down below. And with that, and as usual, I'll see you guys next time.